My name is Dan Williams. I'm a pharmacist.
And I'm Lamar, I'm a pharmacy intern.
So Lamar, how are you today?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm well. So how is the journey so far? You know, you're almost a pharmacist.
It's been a long one, taxing one, but I'm glad it's close to the end. You know, I can finally start making some money.
That's good. So today we're going to explore the topic of dilution of alcohols. Dilution of alcohols is basically using a high concentration of alcohol to make a lower concentration of alcohol. Do you remember anything from previous knowledge about how to do this dilution from pharmaceutical calculations?
Vaguely, but I mean, I could do with a...
You want a refresher?
Yeah, like a refresher, yeah.
Okay, no problem. So in order to make in order to dilute alcohol, you'd have to use a specific calculation. And today we're going to use CSVS to find out how much alcohol we're going to use and how much water we're going to need. We're going to use 95% alcohol to make 70% alcohol. So just a refresher, CS represents the stock concentration of alcohol that we have. VS represents the volume that we're going to use of the stock. CD represents the diluent concentration and the volume of the diluent for the. So if we know the stock concentration that we have is 95 and the volume that we need of the 95 we don't know, so we're going to put X. The concentration that we need at the end is going to be 70% because that's what we're making. And the volume that we have for all the dilutions that we're going to do today, we're going to make 100 mils of it. So in order to find out how, we're going to solve for X by just simply cross multiplying. Can you plug into the calculator? Get approximately 74 mils when rounded up. And this represents the amount of alcohol that we're going to use, 95% alcohol. Alright, so this is how much of the 95 that we're going to use. And in order to know how much water we're going to use, we're going to use the volume, the final volume. We're going to minus the amount of alcohol that we got here. And that's going to give us 26 mils of water. Understanding so far?
Yes, understood, yeah.
So the amount of alcohol that we're going to need is 74 mils and 26 mils of water.
Okay.
So now, Lamar, you're going to demonstrate to me if you understood what the calculations I just did. You're going to use the same concentration that we had, the 95%, and you're going to use the same final volume, 100 mils. So and we desire 70%.
Alright, so you said the concentration was 95, and that is the stock volume, the stock concentration. Alright, my question to you is, are we finding 95% of the volume, or we're just timing it by 95?
We're finding 95%
of the volume.
No, we're not finding 95% of the volume.
Okay. We're trying to get a concentration of
70%.
And the final volume is 100.
100 mils.
Right. And we said cross multiply.
Solve for X.
Solve for X. So that's 70 times 100 divided by 95 equals X.
Perfect.
And then X equals to 73 times 6, 8 and then
what does this represent?
Up to 95% alcohol, and then we're to
find out how much water.
So we should minus that from the final volume, which is, and the diluent we're going to use water, so we'll minus that 100 minus 74 is equal to 26 mLs of kg
Alright, so perfect. So you got the same answer as I did, 26 mils of water and 74 mils of 95% alcohol. Good job. Okay, Lamar, you seem to have got the previous calculation correct. So let me try with a different concentration now. So for the initial concentration, I'm going to use 70%. And I want you to use this 70% to make 50%.
50%?
Using the same final volume, 100 mils.
100, okay. So, alright, so the stock concentration we have is 70%, you said, right? And the volume is what we're trying to find, which is X. And the final dilution that we want is 50%. And the total volume, final total volume is 100 mLs. Therefore, cross multiplication, it will be 50 times 100 divided by 7 is equal to 71.43 mLs. That's the final volume. That's the volume of alcohol of 70% alcohol that we need. And then to find the amount of water needed, it will be the total volume minus the volume of alcohol, right? Which is 28.6.
Alright, so that was very good. You were very fluent, you flowed. And so I think we can now move on to making the actual alcohol. So now that you've mastered the calculation portion, now we can move on to the practical aspect where we're going to be making the alcohol. So before we can make the alcohol, we have to get all the instruments that we need. We need measuring cylinder, we need a beaker, we need a container to put the alcohol in, and a funnel to transfer the liquids. So now I'm going to measure 74 mils of 95% alcohol, and this is the alcohol right here. So I'm going to use a funnel to ensure that, to minimize spilling. And I'm going to stoop to eye levels to ensure precision of my measurement and accuracy. And that's about it. The meniscus is right at the mark. So now this is 74 mils of 95% alcohol, and now I'm going to measure 26 mils of purified water. This is purified water in the storage. Measuring cylinder. So using the same technique, we're going to measure 26 mils, right? 26 mils of purified water. And I have to pour slow because this volume is a bit, it's smaller. I don't want to overshoot. Yeah. So this is 26 mils of purified water. Alright, so now we're going to combine both the 95% and the 26 mils of water. It doesn't matter which you pour first. And here comes the water. we're going to shake. And there you have it. This is 70% of alcohol using 95% alcohol as our original concentration. And now we're just going to label it, and then you're going to demonstrate how to use this 70% to make 50%.
Okay.
Alright, so this is our 70% alcohol that we have just made from 95% stock. And now, Lamar, you're gonna use you're gonna use this as your stock to make the 50% alcohol, because this is 70% that we have just made. And you're gonna use this 70% to make 50% alcohol.
Okay.
Alright? So, but before you start though, did you understand everything that we just did? Everything was clear?
So far so good. I think I have a basic understanding of it, and I think I could
Device. So,
yes,
okay, let's see. The floor is yours.
Alright, so the first thing that you did was you measured from the 95 the volume that we needed. So from the calculation, from my calculation, I needed basically 71 ml. Right, so I'll use. You said I need to get the eye level to be able to get it accurate.
But this is your stock.
Oh, right. So this is my is the 95. So I'm using 70. Okay. Alright, so this would be 70%, and I need 71.4 or 70.
Yeah. Then just use a flat paper.
Okay. So 71 at eye level. Okay, so that's 71 ml of the 100 ml. 70, that's 70%. Right? And is it okay if I go ahead and pour it in the bottle first, or do I have to pour both of them?
Whichever way you like, as long as you're understanding.
I choose to pour it first. So that's 71 ml of my 70%. And then the purified water should be 29 ml.
Okay.
Alright. That's my 29.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually good.
So and then to cap it, shake it, and then label. There you go.
Oh, that was a good job. It was very smooth and stuff. So there you have it. That's your 50% alcohol made from 70% alcohol. That was very good. Alright, so basically, you know the purpose of making these stuff on a day-to-day basis. You becoming an upcoming, you're almost a pharmacy.
Right.
And even in this COVID time, a lot of sanitizers, they have
Good
varying,
for sanitation, right?
yeah, good for sanitation. And also a prescription can come where you need like 40% alcohol, but that's not readily available on the shelf. So
Right.
you having the 70%, you can just quickly make that and
Use the calculation.
use the calculation and to figure it out. So that was very good. But just to say thank you for your time, thank you for your patience, and thank you for allowing me to have you a part of this training.
You're welcome, and I enjoyed it when I went.
Oh, that's good.